Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to your practice. This morning we are doing some dynamic Vinyasa flow. So, it's going to be very much open to all levels. I'll be giving us cues if you want to level up or level down. And it's really just about what feels really good in your body this morning. So that's like the best part about this practice is connecting to our breath and letting our breath be our guide for every movement that we explore, and just really listening to like what feels good in your body this morning. So listening to my cues and taking them all as just options, they're just options for you, and you're just going to choose what feels best for you. So let's go ahead and get started then. We're going to start in a seated meditation. So just coming into a comfortable seat, and we're going to do some breath work this morning, some Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing. This is so beautiful, such a beautiful breath practice for evening out the flow of energy on either side of the spinal column. So we have like this prana that's flowing on either side of us, like the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. So this is a really beautiful way to like balance those two energies. The energies that's like really action oriented, and then the energy that's more soft and receptive. So to do this practice, we're going to start here. I'll get close to show you my hand placement. So you'll take your pointer finger and the middle finger and curl it in so it's at the base of your thumb. So it's a little awkward, that's okay. But you're just gonna use the thumb to close the right nostril, and then you'll use the ring finger and the pinky to close the left nostril, okay? All right, so I'll walk us through it. So if you feel comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes, and you'll just find a tall, straight spine, a soft belly, because we're gonna just be breathing deeply into the belly. So let's start by first taking, if you wanna hold the mudra in your hand, we'll take a few cleansing breaths just in and out through both nostrils. So take a deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Let's take a few more cleansing breaths, just like that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, deep belly breath. Fill yourself with breath, with energy this morning. And then let it go with an audible sigh. If you need to make some noises to let it out, that's good. And now we're gonna move into our breath work. So let's place the thumb covering the right nostril, breathing out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Cover the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Hold at the top, cover the right, out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Hold at the top and out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Hold at the top and out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Hold, out through the right. In through the right. Hold, out through the left. So continue moving through this at your own pace. Back in through the left, hold, out through the right. Back in through the right, holding at the top, and then out through the left. So take a few more rounds of these and really feel that energy evening out. Feel that balance, that harmony that's happening between both flows of energy on the right and the left. Feel your mind slowing down and calming. Feel the body relaxing. take one more round, and we'll end with an exhale through the left nostril, and that will complete this round. And then you can release the hands back down on top of the knees. Let's take a deep breath in through both nostrils. Fill up. Out through the nose. One more time. In through the nose. And out through the nose. And keeping the eyes closed, let's just take a moment to feel into our bodies, to check in with our mind. Where is our mental state at? Where is your emotional state at? Tuning into your heart this morning. And with every breath in, feel yourself being filled with fresh, positive energy, with love from the universe. Feel that filling your body. And with every exhale, feel yourself grounding into your mat, grounding into this present moment, feeling yourself anchored and safe and supported to this earth. And if you want to take a moment here, I invite you to set an intention for your class, this morning. It can be really simple. Maybe it's just an intention of gratitude for the ability to move your body, to breathe fresh air. Maybe you want to challenge yourself this morning and see if you can meet yourself in a little bit deeper of an edge in your practice, deepening the edges in your practice. Maybe you want to dedicate this practice to somebody you love, sending all of this good energy, all of these high vibrations to somebody you care about. Now let's take a deep breath in. Breathe in your intention. Breathe it in. And exhale, share it. Inhale, begin to blink the eyes open. We'll move on. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow here, seated. So inhale, pulling the heart forward, the chest lifts, the gaze lifts. Exhale, round the spine, hug the navel in. Inhale, lift the heart, gaze up. Exhale, round, and the gaze goes down to the belly button. Inhale. Exhale. Just moving at the pace of your own inhales and exhales as we warm up the spine. And maybe you take some circles here. Going in one direction, still kind of creating this cat-cow shape. Pulling the heart forward and then rounding the spine. Inhale carries you forward, exhale back. And then reverse, go in the opposite direction. Inhale forward, exhale back. And coming back into center. Let's take just a gentle twist. So we'll twist over towards the right first, and the right hand will go behind the right hip, left hand on top of the right knee, gaze over the right shoulder blade. Inhale, you're lengthening out through the spine. The crown of the head is growing taller. And exhale, twisting into that space that you're creating. Come back through center. Left hand behind the left hip, right hand on top of the left knee. Inhale, long, tall, straight spine. Exhale, twist. And back through center. And let's find bound angle. So the soles of the feet come together to touch. And the knees butterfly open. And you can find whatever's comfortable here. So if you want to push your heels out away from the tailbone, if you're feeling like really tight in the hips this morning. If you want to get a deeper stretch in the hips, then pull the heels closer towards the sit bones. And then we'll just butterfly the knees here. So if you want to take the peace fingers, wrap them around the big toes, and then just butterfly the knees, opening up the hips. This always reminds me of gymnastics when I was a kid. And I used to love this. I still love it. It feels so good. So our hips usually are like some of the tightest like joints or like area in our bodies after sleeping. So like in the mornings, our hips are usually very tight. So this is a great pose to warm up the hips, wake up the hips, yes. And then we'll come into a straight leg fold. So legs extended long and straight out in front of you. Get a good grip with the sit bones in your mat. And then inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, fold over the legs, hugging the navel in towards the spine as you fold. And you can invite a generous bend in the knees if you need to. Reaching for your calves, your ankles, the soles of the feet, whatever's accessible, to begin to pull the crown of the head towards the toes. So feel the low spine lengthening, decompressing as the crown of the head reaches for the toes. Feel the spine growing taller with every inhale. With every exhale, feel the torso growing heavier. So the nose can reach for the knees, the forehead for the shins. And as you allow the head to hang heavy, notice how that invites a really nice stretch along the back of the neck. And slowly we'll roll back up to the top and make our way to tabletop. From tabletop, so the shoulders are stacked directly over the wrists, the hips are over the knees, the low belly is engaged, spine, the gaze is in between or just above the fingertips really, so you have a long neutral spine. And then from here, take a couple rounds of cat-cow again, so just warming up the spine still. And you can take any other poses that feel good here. So maybe taking some hip circles, the hip points hit all four corners of the mat, making circles with your hips in one direction. And then you can reverse, go in the other direction. Maybe you wag your tail. And you can, look. I always want to say look back at it. Wag your tail and look back at it. All right, returning to neutral tabletop. Now extend the right leg long and straight behind you. And then begin to lift the right leg up and lift the gaze too. So the chin and the leg lift. And as you exhale, hug your knee to your nose, curling in the center. Inhale, extend and lift the chin and the leg. And then exhale, squeeze the knee to your nose. Give your knee a kiss. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, squeeze and curl. One more time. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Lift 1 inch higher, and then exhale, squeeze it in really tight. Give your knee a kiss and release back to neutral tabletop. Now we'll switch sides. The left leg goes long behind you. Chin lifts, leg lifts. And then exhale, squeeze and curl it in. Inhale, lift, extend. Exhale, squeeze and curl. Inhale, lift, maybe just 1 inch higher, 1 inch higher. Beautiful. And then exhale, squeeze and curl it in. Give your knee a kiss. And release. Beautiful. Now curl your toes under, lift the knees to hover just a couple inches above the mat. Low belly is still engaged and hugged in. The gaze is still just above the fingertips, so the spine is long, the gaze is neutral. Hold here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hold. Exhale, send the hips back, slowly straighten the legs, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in here, and an audible exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Now keeping the lips sealed, we'll keep our breath moving in and out through the nose throughout our practice. If you ever need to release some heat, you can take some audible exhales through the mouth. Inhale, feel the breath traveling up your spine, and the tailbone is extending up, pointing up to the sky. Maybe you pedal out the feet, reaching one heel at a time towards your mat behind you. Yes, breathing into the backs of the legs, breathing into those hamstrings. This is probably our first down dog of the day, so really feeling into it, feeling into all those sticky spots. Breathing into the spaces that need some awakening, that need some love. Spread the fingers really wide. Yes, relax the shoulders, roll them down your back, away from your ears. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, reach your heart towards your thighs. Yes. Deep breath in. Exhale, heart to your thighs. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, take some baby steps to the top of the mat so your feet walk just behind your wrists. So a wide leg, or your feet are at least hip width distance, if not wider. And coming into ragdoll pose, you'll allow the torso to just hang heavy here. Allow the crown of the head to feel really heavy. Feel the weight of your beautiful brain at the top of your head. Gravity is helping you out here. And just allow yourself to surrender and feeling the low spine, again, decompressing here. This is such a juicy, juicy, juicy pose if you spend a lot of time sitting. So these forward folds help to relieve so much back pain and tension. Just feel yourself surrendering, feel the spine growing longer with every exhale. Good morning, Rayla, welcome to class. And you can release the fingertips down to the mat. Toe heel the feet together so the big toes touch. Keep a micro bend in the knees. With your inhale, you'll find a halfway lift, lengthening the crown of the head forward. Now exhale, fold over the legs, maybe curl, hugging the forehead in towards the shins. Inhale, halfway lift, long straight spine. Use the strength from your core to lift. Exhale, fold and curl, forehead in towards your shins. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Really exaggerate this halfway lift. Roll the shoulders down away from your back. And then exhale, fold and curl in. Beautiful. Keep a micro bend in the knees. We're going to inhale and roll slowly all the way up to the top. Slow, 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 all the way to the top. Head and the neck are the last to reach the top. And then as you reach the top, roll the shoulders down away from your ears, down your back. Palms face out away from you, standing at attention. Feel the soles of your feet grounded and rooted into the mat beneath you. Feel your chest lifting. The tailbone is tucked in. Your Uddiyana Bandha, your abdominal lock is turned on, so the low core is activated. Feel the crown of the head growing taller towards the sky. Feel yourself opening up across your chest, creating space across the collarbones. The legs are strong and engaged, supporting you. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. And exhale, baby back bend, cactus the arms, shine the heart open, press the hips forward. Yes, breathe into that heart expansion. Inhale, sweep the arms up again, reach up. And then reaching over towards the right side. Side body stretch. So reaching over towards the right. The left sole of the foot will stay keeping you anchored and grounded. And as you reach to the right, feel the left side of the body opening, activating, awakening, all those muscles in between the rib cages, expanding, lengthening, opening. Beautiful. Come back through center and then reach it over to the left. Keep the sole of the right foot anchored into your mat. As you breathe into this side body stretch on the right side of the body, feel that stretch traveling from the knife edge of the right foot all the way out through the right fingertips. Back through center, reach up, reach tall, and then exhale, palms together, thumbs through heart center, forward fold, fold over the legs. Halfway lift, inhale, long straight spine. Exhale, plant the palms and step back to high plank. From high plank, hold. I'll be cueing chaturanga, but you can always take this from your knees. So inhale, hinge forward from the toes or your knees. Lower halfway down, squeezing the elbows into your side bodies. Inhale, upward facing dog, pressing into the tops of the feet to lift the thighs away from the mat. Roll the shoulders away from your ears, down your back. Exhale, slowly send the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here, and an audible exhale. Deep breath in, audible exhale, let it go. Inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, step forward, big step forward. Halfway lift, inhale, use the strength from your core, and then exhale, fold and curl. Inhale, root to rise, rolling all the way up to the top, arms sweep up, reach up. Exhale, back bend, goalpost the arms, shine the heart open, press the hips forward, squeeze the glutes behind you. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side body stretch over to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, side body stretch over to the left. Nice. Inhale, back through center. And exhale, palms together, thumbs through heart center, diving over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the crown of the head forward. Exhale, plant the palms into your mat, step back, high plank, hold. Inhale, hinge forward from the toes or the knees. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Savor the back bend. Exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Yes, take a deep breath in. Fill yourself with energy, with life, with breath. Exhale, let something go. Inhale again, fill yourself up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift the right leg long and straight behind you, flexing the toes down towards your mat. Right hip is still pointed down towards the mat. Exhale, hug your knee to your nose. Inhale, right leg long and straight behind you. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Squeeze the knee to the elbow. Inhale, right leg long and straight behind you. Exhale, knee to left elbow, crossing the body. Squeeze. Inhale, right leg long and straight behind you. Exhale, low lunge. Plant the right foot between your palms. Now drop down to the back knee and slowly begin to straighten that right leg. Sending the hips back, the right leg slowly straightens and the toes flex towards your face. Now walking the fingertips towards the top edge of your mat, the crown of the head again is reaching for the toes. Breathing into the back of the right leg. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Sinking the hips back behind you with every exhale. With every inhale, the crown of the head is reaching for the toes. Maybe the fingertips even reach a little bit closer towards the top edge of the mat. You should be feeling this stretch in the back of the right leg. Now we're going to shift the weight forward, coming into crescent moon. So inhale, reach the arms up. Yes, arms reach up, tailbone sinks low, crown of the head, chest lifts. Shoulders roll down away from your back, or away from your ears, down your back. And let's find a bind. So interlace the fingers behind the low back, and then drop the knuckles down towards the mat as the chest lifts and the heart expands. Shifting the weight forward into that right foot. Breathing into the opening across the hip creases. Dropping the knuckles, lifting the chest. Yes, beautiful heart expansion. Beautiful expressions, yogis and yoginis. Inhale, sweep the arms up again. And then exhale, plant the palms and step back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, lift the left leg long and straight behind you, toes flex down towards the mat. The left hip is pointed down towards the mat, so hips are square to the mat. As you exhale, squeeze your knee to your nose. Inhale, long and straight behind you, left leg. Exhale, knee to left, elbow squeeze and touch the knee to your elbow. Inhale, long and straight behind you. Exhale, squeeze the knee to the right elbow, crossing the body, squeeze. Inhale, send the leg back. Now exhale, low lunge, plant the foot between your palms. Drop down to the back knees, slowly begin to straighten the left leg. So the hips sink back behind you. You don't come back all the way to like sitting behind you like you do in child's pose, but the hips are just, slowly reaching back behind you. Still hovering. Crown of the head reaching to the toes. The fingertips are walking a little bit closer with every inhale towards the top edge of your mat. So feel yourself lengthening as you fold over this leg and breathing into the back of the left leg. Being mindful of the knee joint, so keeping a micro bend in that left leg as you fold over it. We want to have healthy knees so we can keep practicing yoga forever and ever. Now inhale, begin to shift the weight forward. Sweep the arms up, crescent moon, crescent lunge, or why do I always do this? Crescent moon? It is crescent moon. All right, arms sweep up, reach up, tailbone sinks low. And now find that bind, interlace the fingers behind the low back, drop the knuckles, and the heart opens, expands, and lifts. So it's like this opposition. As the knuckles drop lower, the heart lifts higher. Ah, such beautiful expressions, I love it. Now sweep the arms up again, reach up, sink low. And plant the palms on either side of the left foot. And find your way back to downward facing dog. From down dog, take a full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, breathe in some energy, some life force. Exhale, let something heavy go. Inhale. Audible exhale. All right, moving on. Inhale, lift the right leg high, long and straight behind you. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg long and straight behind you. Exhale, knee to right elbow, squeeze it in. Inhale, right leg long and straight. Exhale, cross the body, knee to left elbow. Inhale, long and straight. And exhale, low lunge. From low lunge, spin the back heel down to the mat, and we're going to open up into reverse warrior. So windmilling the arms open, you're going to reach the right arm up and then back behind you, reverse warrior. So sinking low into that right knee. The right knee is stacked directly over the ankle. And then coming into extended side angle. So the right elbow to the right knee and the left arm either reaches up to the sky or the left arm extends across the left ear, creating like a rainbow arch, kind of. Half rainbow arch. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach back behind you, sinking low, staying committed to the lunge in the front knee. And now, leading with the left hand, the left palm is going to plant down into the mat, coming into low lunge twist. So you'll lift up into the toe mound of the back foot, left palm is planted into the mat, right arm reaches high, low lunge twist. Yes, exactly, perfect. Left palm in the mat, right arm reaching high. Hug the low belly in as you focus on twisting from above the navel. So squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. The twist comes from above the navel, from the upper back. Beautiful. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Now we're going to the right arm. The right arm is going to lead. You're going to rise. Get the right arm, yep. The right arm will lead. You rise. Are you okay? Sorry, Leah almost fell on top of me. So you're coming into, yes, twisted crescent. Okay, now Leah's got it. So you can look at Leah for what you're doing here. Perfect, you guys have it just right. So you're twisting in crescent pose. So you're in high lunge. The right arm is reaching back behind you. The left arm is reaching forward. And still focusing on twisting from above the navel. Keep the low belly hugged in. Sink low. And then inhale, reach both arms up. Crescent pose, high lunge. Sinking low into the lunge. Finding a moment here to explore your edge in this lunge. And then both hands come down to the mat, framing the right foot. And if you need to shorten the stance a little bit, you can, because you'll slowly straighten the right leg. You're folding over the right leg as you straighten the leg. Yes. And keeping a micro bend in the right knee, so you're protecting the knee from overextending. And then just allowing the forehead to hang heavy towards the shin. Keeping the low belly hugged in still. Take one more round of breath. Full inhale, full exhale. And then send the right leg back, coming back to downward facing dogs. It's not really any graceful way to get there, so just find your way back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the lungs with air. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Cleansing, grounding breath. Inhale, lift the left leg long and straight behind you. Exhale, hug your knee to your nose. Inhale, left leg long and straight behind you. Exhale, knee to left elbow, squeeze it in, touch your elbow. Inhale, long and straight behind you. Exhale, cross the body, knee to right elbow, squeeze and touch the elbow. Inhale, long and straight behind you, left leg extends. And exhale, low lunge. With control, plant the foot between your palms. Low lunge. Beautiful. Spin the back heel down. And you'll windmill the arms open, opening up into reverse warrior. Beautiful. Sinking low so that front knee is stacked directly over the ankle. The left arm is reaching up and then back behind you. Feel that stretch from the hip crease all the way out through the fingertips on the left side of the body. As you exhale, find extended side angle, left elbow on top of the left knee, right arm reaches up, or maybe it extends across the right ear, keeping yourself anchored through the knife edge of the right foot. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches up and then back behind you. Stay committed to the lunge in the front knee. Yes, beautiful. And this time the right hand is going to plant down into your mat and you'll come into low lunge, twist, left arm reaches up. You're gazing past the left fingertips if this does not strain your neck. If it does feel uncomfortable in the neck, just keep the gaze down. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Press yourself up and out through that right shoulder blade. Reaching up through the left fingertips. Twisting from above the navel, so squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Rotating the heart open towards the sky. All right, now we're gonna find this transition again. So coming into twisted crescent, the back arm leads. Yes, beautiful. So the left arm is reaching back behind you. You're in high lunge and the right arm is reaching forward. So feeling into this opposition of the right and left reaching in opposite directions. Sinking low into the front knee. And then inhale, sweep both arms up, crescent lunge, beautiful. Exploring your edge on this side. Sink low, the tailbone sinks low, crown of the head lifts. Yes, squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. So breathing into some heart expansion across the chest, across the collarbones. And then the hands will come down to the mat, framing the left leg. You can shorten the stance if you need to by probably a foot or so. And then you'll fold over the straight left leg. Crown of the head, forehead hanging really heavy towards that left leg. And we'll stay here for a couple rounds of breath. And now make your way back to downward facing dog. Again, it doesn't have to be graceful, just find your way there. Take a deep breath in, send the tailbone high. And as you exhale, reach your heart towards your thighs. Beautiful. Inhale, tailbone high, fill yourself with breath. Exhale, feel yourself grounding and releasing. Inhale, lift the right leg high. And now you're going to drop the right foot over towards the left side of your mat. So opening up the right hip crease. So you can either stay here if you want to come into wild thing. The right foot will come all the way down to the floor behind you. Yes. And then the right hand reaches back behind you. Yes, opening up into wild thing. Yeah, flip your dog. Just try it. Yes, beautiful expression. So keeping yourself anchored through the right foot, the right toes, the right fingers reaching, opening. And then flip your dog back. If you took wild thing, coming back to three-leg down dog. And now plant the right foot on the outside of the right side of your mat. So right next to the right hand. Coming into lizard pose. So you can stay here lifted on the back toes if you want to. You can, if you want to come down to the back knee, that's totally fine. And then from here, you can either stay lifted on the palms. You can explore coming down to the forearms if you have the space in your body this morning. Yes, Ashley, you can place one hand on top of your right hand on top of your right knee, gently pressing that right knee open. Yeah. Pressing the right knee open gently, gently, only if it feels good. Breathing into this, again, really deep hip opening here. We're working our way up to a peak pose that we're going to have some fun with in just a little bit. So enjoy this for a few more rounds of breath. I'm trying to keep the chest and the chin lifted wherever you are, if you're on your forearms or on the palms of the hands. The chest and the chin is lifted. Deep nourishing breaths in, full breaths out. All right, we'll plant the palms back into your mat, lift yourself back up if you were down on the forearms, curl the back toes under if you came down to the knee. And now send the right leg back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Cleansing breath in, grounding breath out. Inhale, the left leg lifts long and straight behind you. And then exhale. Did we do knee to nose? Oh no, we didn't do that, sorry. Left leg long and straight, just drop the left foot over towards the right side of the mat. There, perfect, you guys know where you're going. So opening up the left hip crease. The left foot drops over towards the right side of the mat, perfect. You can either just hang here, just let the foot hang really heavy, or if you want to try wild thing, flip your dog, the left foot comes back to the ground behind you, and then the left, or the, what is that, your left? Your left hand reaches like directly in front of you. So feel that opposition again. The left leg is reaching forward in front of you, and then the left arm is reaching in the opposite direction. Yes, toes and fingers reaching in opposite directions, and then you can flip the dog back over, back to three-leg down dog. And then plant the left foot on the outside of the left hand. Beautiful. Coming into lizard pose, you can stay lifted on the toes, you can drop down to the knee, stay lifted on the palms or drop down to the forearms, wherever you feel you have the space this morning, exploring your edge. If that was your intention for class, meeting and exploring a new edge in your practice, maybe you take some time to really feel into that. You might surprise yourself the space that you can create with your breath. With your inhales, you create length and expansion. And with your exhales, it allows you to settle into that space that you create, to meet that edge with love and with compassion always. Keeping the chin and the chest lifted wherever you are, so still thinking about lengthening here. Staying with the breath, breathing in through the nose. If you need to breathe out through the mouth to release some heat, release some tension. This is a deep hip opening pose, and our hips carry so many emotions. So it's okay if things are feeling a little uncomfortable here. We'll just breathe through it. If you want to place the left hand on top of the left knee, gently pressing the left knee open, inviting a greater opening across that left hip crease. Please do so carefully. All right, now lifting up into the palms again, lifting up into the back toes, send the left leg back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, cleansing breath out, grounding breath in, release it all. Now inhale, gaze forward. and come down to a seat. I'm going to demonstrate a pose, our peak pose today. So you have some options. If you want to try this pose, it's definitely like easier than it looks. It might look a little crazy, but it's not. And so your options are, you can play around, try this arm balance. If it's not working for you, then I encourage you to come back and just stay in lizard pose for a few breaths. So I'll demo where we're going. So this is why we were doing all of these, the knee to elbows, because this is what we were warming up for. So from down dog, you'll lift the left leg, or whatever leg you're on, long and straight behind you. And then you're gonna bend that knee in, squeeze it in towards the elbow on the left side. And then you're gonna lower down to like when we were coming into crow pose. Remember we were doing crow pose a couple weeks ago? So you're coming into crow pose arms, and then you're gonna place the left knee on top of the left elbow. And then, just maybe try this first. And then just like crow pose, you begin to shift the weight forward. And coming into, keep breathing. I'm holding my breath. Coming into, this is Ekapada Vinyasa. So it's a split leg arm balance. So I just want you to play around first with getting the knee to your elbow, and then playing around with coming into crow pose arms. So the arms are like this. They're at like that 90 degree, that 90 degree angle. And then if you can get the knee on top of that elbow, begin to play around with shifting the weight forward. Because you'll see as you shift the weight forward, it's almost like you're playing this like balancing act with the two legs. Yes, so beautiful. So I just want you to try it. So we'll all try it. And if this is not serving you in your practice, then just come into lizard pose again and breathe into that hip opening still. So I'll cue us through it. So let's come into downward facing dog. Lift the left leg. We'll start with the left leg since we're just on that side. Left leg long and straight behind you. Now bend the knee and hug the knee in towards the left elbow. And then begin to bend the arms like you're coming into crow pose, resting the knee on top of the elbow. And then you'll shift the weight forward. And as you shift the weight forward, you'll notice that you can start to catch yourself. Yes, you guys are doing so good. It's like it's like a scale with the two legs, creating this balance. Let me do it again. Sure. So once you're here with the knee on top of the elbow, you don't have to stick the leg out, and eventually the leg will go out like that, but you can just keep the knee in for now. And then also you'll find that like this is where your arm is. Your arm is like right here, so it's creating a shelf for your torso to sit on. Yeah. And then your face is already really close to the mat, so it's okay if you take a little tumble. It's like literally just a couple inches that you're gonna fall. All right, let's try it on the other side if you haven't already. So switching over to the right side. Lift the right leg long and straight behind you. And then squeeze the knee towards your elbow. And then bend the arms and try to place that right knee on top of the right elbow. And the left elbow is creating like a shelf for your torso. How do I get mine? Let me see. Let's see it. I don't know how to get my arm. Right here. So bend the arms. Yep. So then what I see Leah doing is, so you have to squeeze the elbows in really, really tight, because the elbows is like, it's like you're creating, it's like you're creating a shelf right here for the torso to sit on. I want to start here. Right, yeah, exactly. Okay, that's just for fun, you guys. We can move on now. So let's come into downward facing dog. You guys did amazing. I saw some of you guys getting really close, and all of you tried, which is amazing. I mean, I hope that this was fun. Don't be too hard on yourself. It's just all for fun. So take a deep breath in from downward facing dog, full breath out. Inhale, lift the right leg long and straight behind you, and exhale, pigeon pose, right knee behind right wrist. Left leg long and straight behind you. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Give yourself a nice boost. Lift the chest, lift the crown of the head. And then fold over the right leg. You can stay lifted on the palms, or on the forearms rather. And maybe the forehead comes all the way down to rest in the mat. So yeah, we did a lot of hip opening in this class. So if you're feeling some emotions come up, if you're feeling a lot of different sensations in the body, just allow yourself to feel it all and to just honor the emotions that are coming up and to observe them and send them love and compassion. With your inhale, sending some love to the hips. With your exhales, releasing anything that needs to be released. Gently press yourself back up again. Lifting yourself all the way back up to the top. And now stay, oh, don't go anywhere. You're gonna roll over to the right hip. Yep, and coming into cow face. So yes, just like Leah's doing here, you're gonna cross the left leg over the right, and you're kind of gonna try to get the knees so that they're in line with each other. Leah's blending in, she's too dark, but the knees are like in line right on top of each other. You guys are doing great, perfect. All right, now we're gonna do the arm portion, which should feel good because we're also doing a lot of shoulder work today. So for the arms, let's reach the right arm up and then bend the right arm so the right fingertips are reaching down towards the space in between your shoulder blades. The left arm goes out like that, palm, the thumb facing down, palm facing out, bend in, and then you'll reach back behind you and grab for your fingertips behind you like that. And maybe you just grab your shirt or whatever if you can't reach your fingertips. And then from here, the right elbow lifts and the left elbow reaches down. So again, exploring with this opposition, reaching in opposite directions. Right elbow lifts, left elbow pulls down, opening the chest, lifting the chest. Beautiful, stay with the breath. Full inhales in through the nose, out through the nose. And you can gently release and unwind the legs. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Down dog, take a full breath in, full breath out. And when you're ready, we'll move on to the left side. So lift the left leg long and straight behind you. And then exhale, plant the left knee behind the left wrist, trying to get the shin parallel to the top edge of the mat. And keep the left foot flexed, protecting the left knee joint. Beautiful. Shimmy the right leg long and straight behind you. Give yourself a nice boost up on the fingertips. Squeeze the inner thighs together. And then exhale, fold over the left leg. You can stay lifted on the forearms or propped up on the forearms or melting all the way down, forehead down to the mat. And the legs are still engaged underneath you, so don't completely release the legs. The inner thighs are still squeezing and engaged underneath you. And this helps to protect all of our joints. Tuning into a sense of just surrender and ease. Feeling yourself grounded to the earth. Tuning into every point of contact you feel between your body and the earth. I'd love to see some of you guys practicing outside. So really take advantage of that. Soak in some of that love and some of those vibrations from Mama Gaia. Soak it in through every point of contact your body has to the earth. And even if you're inside, you still have that access to Mother Gaia, to her energy and her support directly underneath you and all around you. Take a couple more rounds of breath, really full inhales, sending love to those spaces that need some love and nourishment. And exhale, releasing anything that needs to be let go, anything icky, heavy, dark, stagnant, let it go with an exhale. Inhale, press yourself up, gently rising again. Don't go anywhere. You're gonna slide over to the left hip. Right leg is gonna wrap all the way around, hooking it around the left leg. Knees stacked on top of each other again. Yes, beautiful. And now we're gonna find the cow face arms with opposite. So the left arm will reach up first and bend it, reaching the left fingertips down towards the middle of the back. Right arm goes out, thumb down, palm away from you, bend. The elbow and the right fingertips reach up for the left. Maybe they meet. If they don't, you can just grab your shirt, whatever's behind you. And lift the left elbow, drop the right elbow. Lift the chest, drop down into the sit bones. Oh, this is like, my shoulders are on fire right now. Dang. One more round of breath. And gently release. So good, you guys. All right, shake it out and make your way back to downward facing dog. We'll find one last down dog. Closing our practice together with a big inhale in through the nose. Audible exhale, let something go. Inhale, cleansing, purifying breath in. Exhale, grounding breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, come down to the seat and make your way all the way down to your back. Come to lying down on your back. Let's take a happy baby pose. So reach in between your legs, soles of the feet stamp up to the sky. And grab the soles of the feet, ankles, shins, behind your knees, whatever's accessible to pull the knees down towards your side bodies. Find a gentle sway if that feels good, connecting to a sense of bliss in this pose. You are a blissful baby. Sway side to side, keep the entire length of your spine sealed to your mat, all the way down to your tailbone. Yes, nice adjustments. Now hug both knees in. Give yourself a really tight squeeze, wrapping your forearms around your shins. Hug your forehead up to your knees. Maybe give your knees one last kiss. And then gently release, coming into final Shavasana. Final resting pose. Yes, you guys deserve it. You did so good this morning. I'm so proud of each one of you. I saw you all really connecting to your bodies, honoring the breath, and staying in the present moment. So allow yourself now to just fully soak in and absorb all of this medicine from this beautiful practice. Allow yourself to just simply sit in your own divine presence and enjoy the stillness, enjoy the rest. And allow the breath to return to the natural rhythm. keeping yourself grounded and present by just following the breath. Noticing as it moves into the body, as it moves out again. Allowing the mind to slow, to quiet, the body to soften. Taking a moment to rest in Shavasana is a necessary part of every practice. Just like rest is necessary. You have to allow yourself the space and the time for the practice to integrate, to be absorbed, so that you can receive all the benefits. And now feel yourself with every inhale being filled with light, being filled with divine love. With every exhale, feel that light and that love expanding in all directions around you. Inhale, breathe it in, it's filling your body. And exhale, feel it expanding in all directions around you. Begin to invite tiny movements back into the body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, rolling the chin from one shoulder to the other. Reach the arms gently overhead, reaching the arms and legs in opposite directions, waking up again, and rolling over to the right side, finding your way to Phoenix pose. Resting the right ear on top of the right bicep. Allowing yourself to settle into the embers, the fire that is burning away your old self. And as we rise again, we rise as our highest, truest self. So as you're ready, gently press yourself back up, rising from the flames as a beautiful glowing phoenix, coming into a comfortable seated position, just like we started practice. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. Let's bring the palms together, thumbs to heart center. We'll unify our breath together one last time before we go and end on an Om. So first, exhale all the stale air from your lungs with a sigh. Deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale just like that one more time. Exhale, let it go. Inhaling for Om, deep inhale. Placing your thumbs to your third eye center, the space between your brows, the home of your intuition, the home of your inner light and wisdom. The light in me sees, loves, and honors the light in each one of you. Namaste, we bow, sealing our practice together with so much gratitude, so much love. Thank you, yogis, yoginis, for sharing your practice. Truly filled me up this morning, so thank you so much. Your energy was so good, so bright, so fresh. I hope that you feel energized and ready to take on this beautiful Saturday and nourish yourself. Drink lots of water, Make a nice, yummy breakfast if you haven't already, and enjoy your days. Thank you so much.
Ooh, yum.
Oh, Rayla and La, what do you guys have?
Cacao. We need some cacao.
Yes, angels.
Love you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was so much fun.
Have a beautiful Saturday.
Bye.